Well, if I can drink alkaline ionized water, it gets in the energy of the current by the electrolysis, like the cow gets it in its meat. So why can't I get alkalized only by compensating bad food with drinking alkaline ionized water?
Well, if you're eating a piece of meat, and you're looking at the components of that, its waste products as it's liquefying, you're looking at 4 basic acids. You're looking at uric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, and phosphoric acid. And the acids coming from meat are so caustic or so toxic, there's no way that any of its life force energy could offset its acidic factors. The acidic factors are so overwhelming that you end up going into a deficit, meaning that the body has to borrow alkaline reserves to neutralize the acid of that meat. And then on top of that, when you understand that the stomach does not digest food, then you realize that a fibrous food like meat, which cannot be liquefied unless you put it in a blender, and that's how I recommend that you eat meat, is blend it or juice it. Because there's no way you could ever use meat for any creation of a stem cell. It's just total waste. Total waste. I mean, the gratification may be there, the addiction may be there, but your body receives no value by eating any animal flesh. You don't build muscle from it because muscle is built from blood. You don't therefore build any stem cells because it doesn't contribute anything that can give your body any level of the primary ingredients, which I just outlined, chlorophyll, oil, and water, and salt, that would actually be the building blocks for building stem cells. And so what it does do is it destroys the elongation of the intestinal villi. It foreshortens it, which creates less stem cell production, which causes all kinds of blood disorders. It creates excess acidity, which then causes bone loss. And this is not just my own science, it's the science of other researchers that's associated. In my new book that's coming out, The pH Miracle for Cancer, I attribute meat to one of the major food contributors, and I've referenced over 100 different studies from different universities around the world. And so I can't think of any reason, even on an ethical level, to eating the flesh of another animal. Scientifically, I can't see any value. I can't see it building healthy blood. For those who I take off these types of foods and I put them on a plant-based high chlorophyll diet, I see the transformations coming for it. But when you add, here again, one of my objectives is to build healthy blood. But it's also to hyperperfuse the tissues with alkalinity. When you eat meat, you hyperperfuse the tissues with acidity. And so you do exactly the reverse. So just as I can reverse cancer, we can cause cancer. I can put you on a diet that will accelerate the process by which you will end up with a cancer. So pick the cancer you want, and I'll put you on the diet you need in order to have that specific cancer. And that's true with diabetes, it's true with MS. Name the disease, I'll design you the diet that will give you that specific condition. Because diet is the major cause of all sickness and disease. So when we're talking about ionized water, we're talking about ingesting an antioxidant. We're talking about taking in more electrical or ions, which carry an extra electron, which is electrically magnetically attracted to its opposite polarity. And the polarity of an acid is positive, so they immediately come together and neutralize they neutralize that poison. So that's why I'm an advocate for drinking during meals, because when you drink during meals, even if you're eating meat, because you have to come to the conclusion that the stomach's not going to digest it. You only have one instrument in the body to digest food, and that's your teeth. But there's no way the food's going to liquefy. So when you're drinking alkaline water, at least you have the chance to neutralize the nitric, uric, phosphoric, and sulfuric acid, which literally destroys the stomach, destroys the gut, and eventually sets you up for those particular cancers that are associated with those acids.